Hey, it's Glennis today. Just trying to keep my things still so that you can actually hear me today. Anyway, from both Horse Chats and International Horse College. So just remember, Horse Chats is a podcast and we do interviews with equine industry experts, and International Horse College is a government accredited registered training organisation where we specialise in teaching people within the horse industry. Anyway, today I'm going to teach you 3 things to remember before you start teaching beginners how to jump. And this might go for you. You might have lost confidence or something jumping and you just can't get it. Or you might be ready to start teaching beginners jumping, but I just want to make sure that you follow these steps and do all these prerequisites first before they start jumping, so that when you've got your beginners jumping, they're going to jump and they're going to enjoy it. They're going to have a long-term, ongoing lessons with you and really, really enjoy their jumping. You don't want them to fall off their first lesson or even have a near fall, because even a near fall is enough to just shatter someone's confidence. Okay, so today we're going to remember the 3 things before you start jumping. And the first thing is to make sure your rider's got a well-established canter. Now, when I say well-established canter, not just going round, hanging on to the mane, barely cantering, but they can canter around. And think about them cantering over a jump. If they go, even though you're going to start off with a trot approach, but they'll land in canter, and the jump itself is a canter stride. So think about them landing in canter, being safe, being able to circle their horse in canter, having the control of the horse in canter, then being able to trot and walk so that they're going to be safe. It's not just over the jump. You don't want them to go over the jump magnificently and then canter a straight line and can't turn the horse, and then the horse trots and props and everything at the end of the arena. The rider's got to be able to circle correctly and do it properly. The next thing is to make sure the rider's got an established 2-point seat. Okay, so they've got to have an established 2-point seat, because that's the position they need to be in over the jump. All right, they may, as a more advanced rider, come in 3-point, but your beginner riders need to just come in 2-point and just follow through with that movement. Now, if they're not strong enough to hold their seat out of the saddle, and just be able to go round, walk, trot, canter and 2-point seat, not for long distances or not for long periods of time, especially if they're only riding once a week, but they've got to be able to get into the 2-point position and hold the 2-point position for a little while. And if they don't have the muscle structure to do that, then it may be because they're not quite ready to be jumping. So just make sure that's really important. So you've got to have an established canter, you've got to be able to have your 2-point seat established, and the third thing is they've got to be able to guide and control the horse in canter. So we talked before about going and making sure that after the jump they can land and canter and even be on the correct the lead circle, train that. And then later on, you'll do your trot approaches first of all. Later on, it'll be canter approaches. But even to get your trot approaches, that canter needs to be established. They should be able to go and strike off on the correct lead, circle, do just sort of figures and things within the arena. Okay, so those 3 things to remember before you start teaching your riders how to jump. Okay, so you've got to teach your riders how to jump, or if you've lost confidence jumping and you want to start jumping, you'd love to be jumping, remember you've got to have those 3 things. So the first thing is make sure that you've got your canter well established. The second thing is to make sure that you've got your 2-point seat and you're strong enough to hold yourself in 2-point seat. And then the third thing is to make sure that you can guide and control your horse in the canter. Okay, so they're the 3 things to remember before you start teaching someone to jump, before you start jumping yourself. And remember, it's Glennis Cox. I'm from Horse Chats, which is a podcast. So if you haven't subscribed to that podcast, do so. Lots of interviews with equine industry experts, and also if you're interested in an instructor course, we've got 6 courses from $62 a week. Internationalhorsecollege.com. You can talk to our friendly team about which of those courses is the best suited for you. Okay, so like this post, like the page, and feel free to share, and most of all, have a wonderful day. Thanks.